Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Midway Solitaire Deluxe Edition from Decision Games. So this will be part 3 of our video. I don't know how many parts it'll be, but this will be part 3. And let's mix up our chits and see what's happening today. And we get Midway. Okay. So we go into the Japanese search segment, get my trusty player aid out, and excuse me, and let's see what we get here. All right, determine if any unspotted U.S. Navy task force is within 3. Nope, my task force is out here, so they don't have any task force to spot. Or that's within 3 of a base, I'm not. Within 2 of another task force, I'm not. With 1 of any other task force, no. So they can't spot me. Okay, so we're going to go to the Japanese movement segment. All right. So I've been trying to show my die rolls, and I know that I had a comment that says, could I do it a little different? I'm going to try to move this a little closer without disturbing any pieces here for this move. Rearrange a little bit, put it down here where I don't use this part of the board very much, and we'll see if we can show you the die rolls a little better. I think that might be a little clearer. Okay, so we're going to start with the first carrier strike force, and so we roll, and we get, it still hides it, I see, because it's deep in there, but I get a 1. And a 1 is 1 space. So the task force is moving slowly. All right, that's good for me right now. That's 1 space. Now we'll go with the guard task force. The guard one's in the middle. And we'll roll here, and we get a 6. Ooh, and a 6 for those guys is 3 spaces. All right, so here they come. 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So they're starting to get up here now. I might have to go see if I can take care of those guys. All right, now we have the main body. So the main body is also in the middle column. So we're going to roll for them. And it is a 4. Okay, and a 4 for the main body is 2 spaces. So the main body is right here. 1, 2 puts them with the carrier strike force. And then we have the invasion force, which is the final column. And we roll for them, and they get a 6, which is 2 spaces. Excuse me. 1, 2. Okay, so they got this huge task force coming in there, but that guard force jumped out ahead of them. And that could be good for us because we could try to go spot them. All right, that's our movement segment. So we move the counter forward. Well, that was our movement. So now we do our U.S. Navy reaction segment. We can launch carrier-based against spotted task force. Well, we don't have one spotted yet. We can launch for cap measures. And so I can put my let's see what I got here. I got these Brewster Buffaloes. I can put them on cap duty. We'll do that. We'll put them out here. This is cap for them right now, just in case I need them over the base. I think that's the only fighter group I got. The other ones are all bombers here. Those are bombers, yeah. But he's getting close enough that I could start going after this guard group. All right. Okay, now we go into the Japanese air unit launch. So the bases are always spotted, and we have to see what's in the guard unit if there is a carrier in there. And there is not a carrier in that group, so they will not launch any for spotted U.S. Navy, U.S. bases, determined missions. Player may examine unspotted task force to determine units. So they don't have any carriers there to launch airstrikes against me. Okay, so there won't be any combat there, which is going to get us through the mutual combat, the mutual return, the Japanese morale, which they haven't lost anything since the last morale segment. Now they go to the Japanese logistics segment. They haven't lost. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I take that back. They did lose a carrier and a transportation unit. Let me look at that again before I jump the gun there. Total number of eliminated units on each route, it's 1. If the result is greater than or equal to the number of there is no effect. So no matter what I roll, there's only 1 there. So they're not going to be eliminated. There's not going to be anything in the morale. But now we go to the logistics segment. Must check damaged units, see if they've been repaired and returned to play. These aren't damaged, these are eliminated, so he's not going to come back on me. And the battleship doesn't get the repair, nor does that bomber group, they got eliminated. Okay, carrier repair. Like I said, they were sunk, so they don't have anything there. Now we go into the G1. Okay, so for G1, we can reorganize the task force, which I already did up here in Alaska. We can create a new task force. We can recruit reinforcements, replace a naval aircraft unit, replace a land aircraft unit. No, but I think I'm going to bring out this battleship to the West Coast. Right here. Okay. All right. That takes care of my G1 segment. Now we go to G2. Okay, for G2, Naval Air Search. So I'm doing this one this time because I have a PBY is right here. He has a range of 6, but they're within 3. 1, 2, 3, this guard task force. So on the guard task force, we can roll 1 to 4. I spot them. Okay, so let's give her a roll here. See what we get. 1 to 4, I'll spot them. 2. Dang it. Did not spot them. Okay, so that didn't work. All right, that's the end of my G2. Yeah, that wasn't what I wanted. G3. Okay, for G3, not going to have any, because I don't have anything spotted. And my Brewster Buffaloes are going to land back down here again, back on the base. Don't have anything there. Okay. Oh, and I moved. You know what? I got to do this because I forgot it last time. Man, I always forget this. Okay. I got to pull a chit to see if anything happened to this task force while they were moving. And it is calm seas. So nothing happened. Okay, so it's a wash. Good. All right, for my operations, boy, let's see, what do we do here? Really like to get that task force up here at Midway because he's coming. I'd like to be ready and hit these guys if I can with everything I can to eliminate them. But I'd like to get my task force out here to help the Aleutians also. Man, what do? You got to pick one. That's the problem. Take a gamble. I don't have my intelligence telling me what's coming next. See, that's where I was trying to spot. So I used up my intelligence move. Now I got to make a gamble. Which one do you do first? Midway is very important to me, as are the Aleutians, but I can still fight along here. There's only one aircraft there. I'm going to move Task Force 16 up here outside of Midway right here. That way I have my protection, help protect Midway. Now we go to G4, which is logistics. Repair any damaged naval units. I don't have any. I don't have anything to repair. Repair and repair. Okay, don't have anything to repair right now. I don't have anybody damaged at any of the airfields. I do have one. I can roll for this one. The B-17 group down here in Australia. We're going to roll to repair them. Okay, now my table's hid behind here a little bit, but to repair a land aircraft unit, 1 to 2, no effect. 3 to 6, they're repaired. Okay, here we go. It is a 5. Okay, the B-17s, they got repaired down here. So that's this unit. I flipped them back over, and they're back to full strength again. That's my Australian 19th Bomb Group, B-17s. All right. Okay. Well, we're through that round. We go to the administrative phase. This comes off, goes back over here, and we'll start the next round. So let's see what we got. Things are developing a little bit. All right, here we go. This is, Midway again. All right, so here they come again. So we're going to check out their search segment. Now, IGN base within 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. No, that's why I kept my task force back here. Kept them away from these guys here. Okay, no task force any closer either, so they can't search for me, so they're going to do another movement segment. Okay, so here we go for the movement. This time I'm going to start with the guard unit because they're out front. So let's see what they do. So the guard unit is going to be a 1, and a 1 is 1 space, so they slowed down when they got so far ahead of the rest of the group, so they moved up to there. All right, now we'll go with the first carrier strike force, and they get a 5, and a 5 is 2 spaces. Okay, so they're starting to, here they come. They're starting to move now towards Midway. Now we'll do the main body. Main body gets a 6, and a 6 is 3 spaces. So the main body's coming out there now. So here everybody's coming out to play. 1, 2, 3. All right. That brings us to the invasion force. And the invasion force is going to do 6. And a 6 for them is 2 spaces. So the invasion force is staying right there with the carrier force. All right. Oh, I got a lot going on up here. A lot. Okay. Excuse me. All right, here we go. We are going to do, let's see. That's their movement phase. Now we do our U.S. Navy reaction phase. I'm for sure going to put my buffaloes back up here on cap. And I need to check a rule, because once those guys move outside of this zone, I believe they may become spotted. So let me check that real quick. I'll be right back. No, sorry. I remember what it was. As soon as I stopped, then I remembered what it was. That's part of my one of my segments in intelligence. I can decide if I just want to automatically spot them, or if I want to try to spot somebody else. Okay. So we put up Combat Air Patrol. Now they do IGN Air Unit Launcher. Okay. Still don't have a spotted task force, but we do have a base that's spotted. For each base task force. Okay, so did I miss a step? Well, I know one thing I didn't do. I didn't do my movements. Oh no, the search segment comes at the beginning of their turn. But they moved. And you know what? I moved my task force the last turn and I didn't check for it. So I'm going to check for it first. And it was calm seas. So again, we got by with task force 16. Now this is for the Japanese task force. And they get, come on. Oh, calm seas again. Wow. I pulled that like 3 times in a row. Okay. All right. For each spotted or base, determine the missions each available air units will fly. Okay. So in the main body, they have the Hosho aircraft carrier. So they can launch against the airbase. So the Hosho has 1 Val dive bomber unit that they can launch. And this base has G4M Bettys. 1, 2, 3. The invasion force for Midway, does it have a carrier unit in there? Oops. You gotta see. They do. Oh boy. The invasion force can launch against Midway from the Zuiho. So the Zuiho is on the Midway invasion force. They can launch theirs. A light carrier. He's got Zeros, which have a range of 4. So they can get there. And they also have Val dive bombers right there. And then the carrier strike force we know has a lot of carriers. This is getting deadly now. They have the Hiryu. They could launch their Val, and they have fighters. They have the Akagi. He can launch fighters and dive bombers. And they have Kaga. No other big carriers are here. Fighters, dive bombers, and the last one, Soryu. And he can launch bombers and fighters. This could be deadly on Midway. This is a big airstrike against Midway. Okay, that's these guys. We'll set them back off to the side right there. All right. So now we have to determine what they're going to try to do. Luckily, they don't know my task force is out there yet. So that's a good thing. But my air base may get hammered right here. That's a bad thing. All right, so here we go. We're going to we now move into the mutual combat segment. And we have to roll to see what these guys are going to be attacking here. I guess I could have done that before all this, but we start with the bombers, so we'll just work down the list here. We'll start with the dive bomber from the Hiryu. Okay. Let's see. He is air mission determination table. Okay, here we go. He's going to go 2. He is a no launch. All right. Well, there's one that didn't go. So he's with the Hiryu. He stays back. All right. Next up is from the Zuiho, the Vals. He gets a 3. And what is he, a bomber? A 3. Attack task force. Okay. But he doesn't have one, so it becomes attack the objective. So there's one there. Next up is from the Hosho, the valves. They get a 4. They're going to attack the objective. All right. Next up is the G4M Betty. He gets a 1. No launch. All right. That's a big one because that's a big old bomber right there. I don't need him. All right. A 1. Here we go. Next one is another dive bomber. It's a 3. The 3 sends them to attack the base. Next one for Nakaga. A 2 is attack the base. And the Soryu. A 3 attacks the base. Okay, so that whole stack there. I have my air patrol there. So that's all I have for combat air patrol. We got to check the zeros now, see what they're doing. Okay, we start with the Zuiho. He gets a 6. He went on escort duty. Dang it. I was hoping they'd stay home. Oh no. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, naval fighter escort. Okay. Here comes the one from the Hiryu. He's 2. He stayed on combat air patrol. So he's back up here. Next up is the Akagi. A 2. Air patrol. Kaga. A 3, combat air patrol. And the Soryu. A 4, combat air patrol. Okay, so the majority of the fighters stayed back. Whew, that's good. All right, so that sets us up down here for our combat. And that's where we're at in the mutual combat segment. So now we go air-to-air step. First thing's air-to-air. We know his fighter's going to attack me, but I'm going to let my fighter, my booster buffaloes, attack the dive bombers from the Soryu. They're the ones on top, so I'll just attack them. I need a 1 or 2 to get a hit. Oh, 5, no hit. He returns fire, defensive fire. He needs a 1 or 2. 6, no hit. Okay, now his zeros are attacking me. He needs a 1, 2, or 3. 4, nothing. Woo! How lucky can I get, right? All right. So, no air-to-air combat. Now we do anti-air step. All right. So, Midway's anti-aircraft fire can fire at each of the bomb groups now. So we'll just start firing. We'll work our way down the stack and I'll move them off the stack as we go. Okay, I need a 1 to 4 to hit. Here we go against the dive bombers. Oop, sorry. He gets a 1. Yes. So the Soryu takes damage. Too bad my fighters didn't do their job. Kaga. I get another 1. They get hit. Okay, Akagi. 3. Another hit. That's the thing about attacking these ground units. They're deadly. This is the Hosho, a 5. No damage. And the last one is the Zuiho. 2. Hit him. And then the zeros, they get fired at. A 1. Hit him. So the ground fire is terrific coming out as Midway. Okay, next up, we don't have an air to naval step because they're not attacking the task force. We have air to ground step. So now they're firing at their bombing. So we'll start with Hosho because he's still full on. He gets a 1 to 2 for his hit. 5, nothing. Okay, Zuiho. He needs a 1. Oh, man, he got it too. So it's 1 hit on my base right here. So he now flips over. I guess I should put, he's on the Coastal Defense Unit. He should have been there. Okay. That was Zuiho. Now we go Akagi. He has to have a 1. Ooh, he got a 4. Next is Kaga. 6. No damage. He needed 3. And a 3 for Soryu. He hits it, which means he eliminated my ground, my naval center there. My coastal defense got eliminated. Okay, everybody goes back home. He comes back to the board. We go set all these guys back on their ships. They took a lot of hits though to deliver that. Soryu, Kaga, Akagi, Zuiho. Where you at? Zuiho and Hosho. He came back unscathed, and their fighters land on their carriers. Soryu, Kaga, Akagi, and Hiryu. All right. That's the mutual return segment. Now we go to the Japanese morale, which we know they don't have any. And logistics, let's see if there's anything to do there on logistics. Okay, let's see, for logistics, we have you must check your damaged units, see if they've been repaired and returned to play. Your damaged base units, reduced land air combat units, no, and carrier units, no. Okay, if the carrier or light carrier is placed in carrier strike force to all eliminated naval air combat units with that carrier's name are also repaired and return to their carrier air groups display with their reduced side shown. Okay, well, I don't have anybody. Oh, you know what? Junyo could go into the carrier task force. He was in, he was in this 4th, wasn't he? Or not? No, I don't think he was. I think he was part of this invasion force, this covering force, yeah. So he's not there. He was part of that support force, not a carrier strike force. Okay, so he does not return those. All right, just double checking myself. All right, now we move into G1 for the U.S. Navy. Repair damaged naval units. Repair a damaged naval air combat unit. Repair a damaged and repair a damaged land unit. Okay, so I don't have anybody that's physically, you know what? I do have to do something. I lost 2. When I lost my airfield, it took 2 hits. It lost, I take that back. I took 5 hits to my aircraft. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all my aircraft, when I lost my coastal defense unit, got eliminated. So they all went to eliminated. That's the problem there. I lost all of that. Okay, I don't have damaged ones that I can bring back. So G1's not going to help me there with logistics. Ugh, that was kind of nasty there. I almost forgot that. All right. So G1, I got to read G1 again too, because I didn't read it right. Reorganize the task force, create a new task force, recruit reinforcements. Select one unit in the UN Navy reinforcements display. I can replace a coastal defense unit. if the U.S. Navy task force is in the same space, it's been eliminated, you may select it. I am going to put it back in there. So we're going to put our coastal defense back in. So we're not giving up yet. But we lost a ton of aircraft. That was bad. Okay. Intelligence actions. I can search. I can do a seaplane search. And signals intelligence. All Japanese CSF task forces on the U.S. Navy side of the Japanese defense perimeter are spotted. Well, they're not across that. He's still on that side, so that doesn't help me. But I can spot these guys right here with my seaplane again, but he got eliminated. So I don't have anybody there. Okay, naval air search. Carrier, which I have, select a single space within 2 spaces of that unit. 1, 2. I can do that. And I can try to find out what he's got. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do where carriers are searching, we're going to search this space right here. A 1 to 3, we spot them. 2. All right, 2. We spotted them. So the main body is spotted and the guard force is spotted. So now I know what's in there. Okay. So the main body A has what? The Hosho, a cruiser group, and a destroyer group. Okay. I know what's in there now. And yeah, all units in that space. The guard force right here has a cruiser and 2 cruisers. So he's just more of a naval force coming up. But there they are. I spotted them. And they actually have a carrier in that group that I would like to go eliminate, if I can. All right. So intelligence worked this time. We go to operations. Here, operations. Now we can do a naval operation. Move any all U.S. Navy task force and/or not doing any. My task force isn't moving. He's staying where he's at. Launch any in-range carrier base to conduct strikes against the spotted IGN task forces and/or against their bases. Well, the task force is where I'm going. Conduct your IJN reaction on the active route. Determine if there's a U.S. Navy unspotted task force within the below search ranges. The IGN base 3, no. The task force, the carrier strike task force 2, no. And 1, no. They cannot search for me. So I get to launch against them and they can't come get me. All right. So against the main body and the guard force. All right. I have, this is task force 16. I have the Enterprise and the Hornet. Okay. So we have fighters, we have torpedo bombers, dive bombers, the Enterprise, we have fighters, we have torpedo bombers there. Because he doesn't know I'm coming, my fighters are staying here over combat air patrol. Because I am not going to risk them getting shot down by silly flak over that. And we're going after that main body task force because there's a carrier in there and I want that carrier. That's a big deal right here. And because he doesn't know that I'm out here, I'm getting a surprise attack. This is big stuff this time. So I took a beating on the island, but now my task force is going to deliver the first strike here. All right. So I got 4 bombers. So now we do the combat segment again. Combat sequence of play. My 4 bombers are going to go attacking aircraft, attacking the task force. And I have cap for these 2 guys right here, my Wildcats. Okay, so they're going to hang out up there. Okay, so we have an air-to-air step. There's nobody there. We have anti-air step for ground units, none. Now we have the air-naval, anti-air step, ground and naval units, air combat factors at their enemy units. Okay, so on the main body, we have a destroyer, a cruiser, and the carrier. The carrier has to roll a 1 to hit. So we'll roll a 1. Oh, they hit. Man. Okay, on their priority, they hit the torpedo bombers first. So out of this group, I guess I should have separated those. I have 2 groups of torpedo bombers. The first one is from the Enterprise, and they're eliminated. So I lost my torpedo bombers right there. Are you kidding me? Now the destroyers, they need a 2 to hit. 1 or 2. Oh, 2. They hit the other torpedo bomber group. They're gone. Wow. Okay, now the cruiser, he needs a 4. Oh, no. He needs a 1 to hit. Sorry, looking at the wrong number. He needs a 1 to hit. 4, thank goodness. Got past the cruiser. All right. And the guard force, they also have cruisers, so they got to fire 2. They're a 1. That's a 5. Nope. We're all in the same space. And a 6. No. Okay. Here we come. Man, all I got left is these 2 dive bomber groups. They're going after the carrier. So here comes the Hornet. They need a... Oh, that's my fighters. Here comes the Hornet. He needs a 3 or less to hit. Here we go. 3 or less. 6. Enterprise, same thing. 2. Yes. Got the hit. Okay. So we hit the carrier. Now we got to see what we do to it. A 1 to 2 is damage. 3 to 6, it's sunk. Come on, baby. 3 to 6. 3. Boom. We sunk the carrier. In the main body, that was the Hosho. And his aircraft go down with him because they were on the deck. So we eliminated the Hosho now and the aircraft from there, which was another dive bomber group. Okay. We did some damage. I lost some planes. We did some damage. My fighters come home and my bombers come home. So I got the Enterprise and the Hornet. This was typical in the air war. The torpedo bombers were so slow that they typically got annihilated. And that's why they're the first priority. They also strike hard, but they're the ones that kept getting eliminated. Okay, G4. This is an important segment for me this time. Repair damaged naval air units. So, let's see. Repair damaged naval air unit, repair damaged land unit, repair damaged land unit. I don't have any damaged land units. So, the 2 naval units and the damaged units display. So they're in the eliminated units. I wonder if I can move them. That's what I got to check. Okay. Okay, I was just looking. I think once they're eliminated, they're eliminated. I can't get them back. So this is because it's a, I play games where it's the war, like the whole year, 2 years, 4 years. And so planes get regenerated. But here in this short phase, once they're gone, they're gone. It's happening to the Japanese too. They're not able to restock. So these hits, these damages to these aircraft and stuff really start to pay off a little bit. Okay, so the administration phase, this comes off. Another unit used up. And these two task forces are now not spotted anymore. Okay, even though we know what's in there, it doesn't really matter. It's all about whether their show up is spotted or not. Okay, so that's going to leave us ready to go for the next round. That's 2 more rounds we did there. I think I'll call this one a video, call it done, and we'll pick it up next time. So hope you're enjoying this. It's getting a little hectic here at Midway. I'm starting to get nervous there that I don't have enough there to support them, and losing that coastal defense really cost me with all my aircraft on the ground. So this is, you know, I get the sense too, you know, playing the game, you know, this is what happened. You know, the Japanese came in, they hit the air bases, they bombed them, and knocked out a lot of aircraft were lost that way, and I just lost a ton of them. So we'll see what happens next. Okay, so hopefully you like it. I hope you, if you're new, please subscribe. It helps me a lot. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. That also helps. All right, I'll see you on the next playthrough. Have a good one.